You're listening to The Middle Age Gamers from Dimension X.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Magdx Season 2, Episode 2. I am GI Gamer 1981, and this handsome man over here with this mustache is Tristan Ibarra. He is still working on his book right now. Definitely check it out on his site, Collector's Field Guide, on Facebook and Instagram and all the other places. And for me, you can find me on Facebook and now Instagram. Look out, girls. Instagram.
Hey, wow. Uh-oh.
Hey, you might see me showing off my dinners. You know, can't wait to do that either. But how was your crazy 2 weeks? I know we've been gone. I know that we had some middle-age things going on.
That's actually a good way of putting it because, we intend to record every week, but, dude, life gets in the way, especially for us middle-aged people, so...
Yeah, Labor Day, I decided to be Chevy Chase and National Lampoon's Vacation. Luckily, I didn't bring a gun or anything to take over a theme park, but I felt like I should have. It was our first. It was our first family trip, and we went to South Dakota to go see the Mount Rushmore and check out the sights and things like that. I have toddlers and I have a son, so it was like basically having gasoline and fireworks in the back seat at all times. But we survived. A really cool thing happened, like I was telling you about. I used to be military, and when we were there on the last night, they let me fold the flag there at the Mount Rushmore. Everyone got scared. They called the military up, which was cool. They gave us like a standing ovation, and then they asked who could fold the colors, and everyone did that awkward thing where everyone just kind of backed up like this.
Oh, that would have been me too.
and I know it's very intimidating. So I went up there, and then I didn't think about it. I was like, oh man, I was like, now I'm going to be on a video. Like people were videotaping, and I was like, I said I'm going to be the meme of look at this guy can't even know how to fold a flag. Geez.
Yeah. Well, who does? I mean, it's lucky that you do.
Yeah, I was in high school and I did it in ROTC. I did it deployed, and I just thought it was really cool, and I nailed it. And what was cool, walking off, there was a general there, and he was like, "That was awesome." He's like, "That's a really cool thing," and I told him thank you. And then we went up, and it was just really cool. Everyone would act like I was a celebrity up there. My wife was kind of getting like, "Oh, you fold that flag great." I was like, "Oh, thank you so much." So how about you? What were you up to on your little vacay?
Vacay, yeah. So. I mean, yeah, I've got all these projects that I'm working on all the time. You helped me put together, part of my new office over here. Got a new workbench and
logistics station.
Yeah, logistics station for a room for activities and whatnots. So kind of prepping for having to ship all these books whenever we eventually get them printed and everything. But I got to finish it up first. It takes a whole lot of time. Right now, I'm actually contracted to do I'm working on 5 different instruction manuals all at the same time, so that's taking time. But I actually made a very big life decision, something I've been thinking about for a long time, and ever since I started working for Premium Edition as a graphic designer, I've been having a whole lot of fun with it, and graphic design is a really fun thing to me. But I'm self-taught in everything that I do. Photoshop, InDesign, freaking Illustrator. And then all the video editing that I've done is all self-taught too. So I've always wanted to go back to school, formally, to do graphic design and have a concentration in that. So I've actually decided to do that. I'm actually quitting my day job at Stratcom, and I'm going to concentrate on graphic design now from here on out.
I think it's a good decision for you. I think it's a really good decision for you because the stuff that I see you do all the time, and this is honest truth for me, like, I wish I had that talent. I wish I was able to do certain things like that. And it's very important, a lot of people don't realize when you're this middle age, you know what I mean? Like, you got to do what makes you happy. It's not
Yeah.
about money and craziness. Yeah, that you need it. I get it.
Yeah.
But happiness is always go first.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, I I was gonna say, like, I feel incredibly blessed to be able to make this decision in my life because I don't have kids. I don't have to worry about them. I'm married, so obviously I still have to worry about bringing in an income and making sure that we're okay. But because you and I both retired from the Air Force, so we both have pensions. Both of us are unfortunately disabled, but because of that, we draw money from VA disability as well. So I have a lot more leeway than most people would in making a decision like this, especially in this stage of my life. So instead of having to go to, and I'm not saying that my job was soul sucking because it absolutely wasn't, but it's definitely not something that I'm passionate about, like graphic design. Don't get me wrong, like working with the Intel community and working with Big Safari and the global data integration team that I've been working with lately, it's incredibly fulfilling, but it's a different kind of fulfilling. And I always felt like, especially with like all the projects that I take on the side, I've been stretched really thin, and something had to give. I've just decided to go this route. So
I think also too, you got to remember, like both of us, like we grew up on box art. That was the thing that we
mm-hmm.
enjoyed. It gave us things in imagination that we wouldn't see. You go to a store and say, for example, you see Castlevania, and you're like, oh man, I'm going to a evil spooky castle to fight Dracula. Like that's
Yeah,
really cool. And the stuff that I always remember, and it's just like the box art. Like, why do I have boxes here? It's because I like the art on it.
yeah, dude.
Like you got that Mega Man thing for me, like, and that blew my mind. The guy who drew that, and I used to look at that
Mm-hmm.
dang instruction guide like crazy.
Yeah, dude.
And I think it's good for you. And with the success of premium edition games, you're basically the one of the hearts of it. You know, you have a passion I wish I had. I mean, me. I just want to play and just get them dirty. And you
Yeah,
appreciate the. I feel like it's like kind of like a museum. You appreciate the art of it, and you like to have other people enjoy the same things that you enjoy, which I think
I
is
do.
awesome. I really think that you're making a correct decision on this. I've told you this numerous times.
Yeah,
Like you should you should run your own company, your little LLC, and have people. I mean, you could work in the video game business for all you know. Everyone really knows your work. You know what I mean? So it's
mm-hmm.
pretty awesome.
And you kind of hit on something that I've been thinking about also, and something that I'm probably going to end up doing now that I'm on my own. On my own, I'm probably going to establish an LLC for myself. And it's something that they were actually talking to me at work today. They were like, "Dude, is there any way we can keep you on, like, just part time as a consultant or something like that?" So I didn't say no, but in the future, I know that the program that I worked for actually needs graphic design and stuff because we have customers. Like we try and sell our product to other people in the intelligence community,
Correct.
in order to onboard them. And a sum of like everybody else makes everyone stronger. So we're selling ourselves, but we have to put a professional foot forward, and through graphic design and having pamphlets and really nice looking business cards or whatever, it gives a good first impression. So that was something that I brought to the team, and something that they're going to be losing now, unfortunately. But if I establish an LLC, then I can actually contract with those guys and get paid to do those sorts of things.
Yep.
So
And
we'll see
enjoy
where it
your
takes
home.
me.
And like I said, like you're making the right decision. Like my wife is the same way. She knows I enjoy video games and things like that, but I don't have the skill and the talent to like. I have a lot of knowledge, but I don't have a lot of
Mm-hmm.
like gifts with like art and things like that. So I got 3 kids, and my obligation is my wife and my kids. So that's why I do what I do.
Yeah.
If I made enough money, I'd probably just retire and enjoy my life. You know what I mean? You don't got that long on this earth, so like
Mm-hmm.
you should enjoy it while you can. But I'm super proud of you for making the decision. Don't think that you're making a bad decision. Every choice has its consequences, and every choice has its benefits. So like, just make sure that you don't freak out and like, oh, I gotta get out of here. I gotta go back. You know?
No, like I said, I've been thinking about this for a really long time, and I was telling the guys that I work with today, I'm like, I know this seems really sudden for you guys because it's just coming out of nowhere. Like they only found out a couple days ago that I'm leaving next week. And we have a good relationship, so they're sad to see me go. But I told them, it's sudden for you guys, but it's not for me because I've been keeping it close to my chest and thinking about this for a long, long time. And just finally decided to do it.
A lot of people don't realize the military. You know what I mean? We signed up for it. We did our jobs, and it's hard to get away from it. It's not like a light switch where you can kind of turn it on and turn it off,
Yeah.
You still think about all the friends you've had in the military. You think about all the times that you went, and did your missions, people that you may have lost, people that you like that. It's kind of a weird thing. Like even me, like I tried to step out on civilian world, but like I still kind of love working with the military. I mean, it was my dream job as a kid, and it's fun to see like the new generation and see where the future's going. So I'm happy for you. I hope you make an epic Michael McDonald poster as your first thing. I might have to.
Oh, that's happening.
I might have to commission you for something for my bathroom. But happy for you.
Man.
All right, enough of this middle-aged madness. We're gonna do pickups. As usual, we'll let you go first. These are pickups that we had over a length of time, so. This is exclusive on YouTube, so just be aware of that. If you want to see it, you got to subscribe on Magdx so you can see us and our pickups. So go ahead.
Yeah, sir. And if you guys are listening to it on, Spotify or Apple, I would implore you to watch it on YouTube anyway, just so that you know what we look like. And I mean, he's talking about my sexy mustache. Like that doesn't come through on audio. I'm sorry. I mean, I can rub it. Here, let me rub it against my microphone. So you guys on Spotify and Apple can hear my mustache now.
It literally sounds like I'm digging in a bag of Cheetos.
That's so gross. I'm so sorry I did that, guys. That'll never happen again.
But yes, sir, the floor is yours with your amazing pickups, and I have a lot too. So I apologize.
Cool. I actually I was like looking at all this stuff. I actually only got a couple things in the last couple weeks, and it was both limited run and it was both shooters. So I'll just go ahead and show. Pop up my screen here. Whoop. So I got ESP Galuda 2. There we go.
That's why I thought
it
was a Final Fantasy game when you showed it to me.
Yeah. So this was cool. Originally only on Xbox 360 Japanese. I've got it on that console, but limited run. Someone who works for them is a huge shmup fan, and I'm a fan of whoever that guy is because I will keep buying them too. And then I got Dodonpachi Resurrection. Not Erection, Resurrection.
Swing.
Yep. Another bullet hell shooter. And I've actually got a third shooter that came in the mail, but I'm too lazy to go to the mailbox right now. So it's in the mailbox. What you got, man? You got plenty of time.
So first off, I have one little rant to go on about limited run, and this is two things. DHL, for some reason in Omaha, seems to be stealing all my games. They won't steal the collector's editions because it costs them money. But those small little packages, they don't cost them anything because they got insurance. And they stole my Retro City Girls 2 that I had on PS5.
Oh, wow.
And limited run, let me explain something to you, and I'm going to say this as nice as possible. Don't ask me for a refund or a replacement. If I bought the game, I want a replacement. I don't want money back. I'm not going to be that dude's going, ew, I don't want to have your games anymore. It's just really, really annoying that I have to wait 3 days to get a reply to something to tell me that I need to do a replacement. And then what's even funnier, they asked me for my address. Like I gave them the wrong address. And I'm like,
Yeah,
it's the same one that's on my account.
uh-huh.
So that did not come in. But first off, the Wizard went to Game On Expo and he made something, and I didn't know he made it, and so I saw on his website. If you want a copy of this and other Dreamcast games and other releases, it's called the Game Zone. If you look up Wizard and the Game Zone, it'll pop up. And you know how much I'm a Turtles whore. And someone made something really cool. They made the Cowabunga collection for the Dreamcast.
Nice.
And what's cool about this, it has all the 8-bit games, all the Game Boy games, it has all the 16-bit games, but they added more games to it. The Shredder's Re-Revenge they made for Sega Genesis is on here. They made other homebrews and repros of the games they had. They even had the Streets of Rage 2 Ninja Turtles one, which is awesome. This cost me $50, but like I said, like Wizard does such premium work, and if you don't know who
it's amazing.
Wizard is, he does not make a lot of copies. So if he runs out, he usually doesn't make them, and he doesn't hold them for anybody. I think the only person that gets premium dibs is Reggie, but that's it. But please support him. He makes amazing stuff. He also has done 7 Mansions. He's done Dolphin Blue. He's done all these great Dreamcast games right now. So definitely support him. He's amazing. You know, I've been in this pro wrestling theme lately.
Yeah.
So I lost. You're laughing at me. I lost this, and so I had to get it again when they had PS1 Day at Ben's. So I got SmackDown, the original
SmackDown on PS1.
Yeah, it's so good. It's the first customized stuff, so that's why I enjoy it. Also, I picked this up on a whim. I can't really say this is a wrestling game from them, but it looks like they use the same engine.
Oh wow!
If you see it on the back there
I do.
Like it's the NWO WCW Revenge, and because of how Mega plays it, that's why I picked it up. So that was freaking awesome. And a game you gave me, which I didn't even know existed. If you like Mortal Kombat, video guys and knights and shooters, then you should pick this up. It's what's the name? I cannot say this because
it's Soul Divide. Yeah, it's Soul Divide.
So he tries to get me into shooters. I suck at shooters, so I try really hard to be a cool shmup guy, but I'm totally terrible. But he actually bought an extra copy. So
yeah, I didn't realize I had it.
Yeah, for the trade agreement, he gave this to me, and I haven't played it yet, but I'm going to tonight once I get done with the podcast. I've been on the PS5 kick, and I think I found my new thing I'm going to start collecting for. I think I'm going to start collecting for PS5. I think that's going to be my thing right now. You'll be proud of me. I picked this up today thanks to Ben and Jenny. Crisis Core.
Nice.
This is like one of my favorite games on the PSP, and I'm pretty excited to. I know they had a Switch version, but I think this will go great with the new remake. And I love this game. This is like one of my favorite RPG type of games. I like the slot machine thing that they do and all those type of little gameplays with it. So I'm pretty excited about it. I wonder if they did any HD updates to it, kind of like they did with the Final Fantasy 7 and 8 when they had them on the Switch. So hopefully they did that, but that's pretty cool. And you gave me this one, Dead Cells in Castlevania. Yes. And I've been loving this like crazy. I finally opened the Castlevania portion of it, and it was super fun, but I got wrecked. It is Rogue, but they did such an amazing job on this. At first, I was kind of like, I don't know if I want to like this, but once I learned the mechanics of it, it's freaking amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Then yesterday, funny story, my car had a weird gas cap issue with it, and so me and a bar went around, and we went to BBW's and did a Michael McDonald drop on the place. I bought. So I found out, and this is good for anyone here. You can get tunes that you can buy it's at every restaurant, and you don't have to be at the restaurant. So you can literally troll people at any restaurant and like pick songs that just annoy people. And so I picked. I keep forgetting. It sounds like Regulators from Nate Dogg. So people get excited, and then once they hear Michael McDonald's voice, they're like, "What the hell?" So that's hilarious. But we decided to stop at GameStop, and he had to get a charger. And then I went in there and I asked them if they had Mortal Kombat, because if this comes out this week, the premium edition, you can play the game now. If you have a standard edition, you can't play it to the 19th.
Oh, so no kidding! I didn't know that.
Yeah. This is the only week. The week is only open to premium only.
Wow,
if you don't have it, you can't play it. Yeah. And then the guy's like, "Do you want a steelbook?" And I was like, "Are you sure those are not pre-orders?" And he's like, "No, we got extras." So he gave me the steelbook for the release at GameStop. This is GameStop's exclusive steelbook.
Sick.
And it's just got the dragon in it and stuff. And then
Paul Niemeyer.
then this came in today. Oh my god! This is the collector's edition of it. It's as big as my head. This has a 19-inch Liu Kang statue that I was telling you about. It has art from the people that developed the game, and it's like 3 different like cells. And then it has its own steelbook with a gold dragon, and then it has a premium edition in it. It's also the one I'm going to give you in here. This is possibly a variant. It does not have a barcode on it.
Oh, that's cool.
On the back of the PS5. So, what do you get with the premium edition is you basically get 2,700 Dragon coins is like currency in the game, Jean-Claude Van Damme skin, and then 5 exclusive cameo fighters, and 5 exclusive characters in the Season 1 pass. And then last but not least, I gotta thank Ryan from our interview at Metroid Database. You guys need to follow him. So I asked him, because I'm such a big fan of that website, that he said, "Hey, I want to send you something." And so I said, "Sure." So I looked on his site. He showed me something, and I was like, "Yeah, I want to get that." But I wanted him to sign it because it's like a historical thing for me for Metroid. And so he sent me this Metroid Fusion stand, and then he signed the bottom for me.
Cool.
So I have that for historical values. He's a really, really sweet guy. Please support him. Please support his stores. If you like Metroid pins, you like Metroid stickers, you like Metroid prints, his stuff is like second to none. It's really, really good. Definitely follow him. Definitely support him and what he's doing. He uses it to keep the lights on his website, and you'll find some interesting homebrews, interesting topics about Metroid. Hopefully we'll hear something about Prime 4 soon, but we'll talk about that a little bit later.
Yeah, and if you're interested in anything that Ryan does or the Metroid database, go back and watch episode 10 with us. We actually had him on and interviewed him. Really, really good episode.
We're like Metroid and Mega Man blood brothers.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, do we just become best friends? Okay, next is going to be Amara's Night at the Movies. His last movie he did was Tales from the Crypt Demon Night that he chose. Since we're going into the spooky season soon. What did you think of that movie, Amara?
So, first thing I'll say is I think the Crypt Keeper is cheesy as hell. So the intro, he does his normal intro thing and cracks stupid jokes and haha, it's this little like scary skeleton puppet, whatever. But it goes into the movie that apparently he says that he directed. Dude, that's a good movie, man. Yeah, it's a really good movie. You don't really find out what's going on until about midway through. There's this guy that is being chased by another guy. Basically, it's this demon knight, appropriately named, being chased by a demon who's trying to get this last key. And what happens if he gets that key, by the way? I don't remember that part.
So basically what he is that it's the blood of Christ. And so if the devil gets the blood, then he controls the world.
Okay.
But if the guys hold on to the blood, the angels and God and all them, they control what happens. And so they basically just chase these guys down to get this key. Without the key, they can't come into Earth. And that's basically the whole list.
Yeah. So he ends up at some like weird hotel with like it's like a cross between Cheers and a whorehouse. I don't know.
I never heard it like that. It's actually right.
Yeah, it's pretty accurate.
It's pretty accurate.
But dude, there's so much like good dialogue and action, and I mean, it's a cheesy like low budget film, but it doesn't really feel like it, which is crazy. Like really good acting in it. It's only the second thing I've ever seen. The main protagonist in it, I don't know his name, but he's in Shawshank Redemption. So he's the Demon Knight, and he's actually a really good actor. Like, I wish I'd seen him in more things. Like, and then Billy Zane? Is that his name? He's so funny, man. Like, he's so charismatic. He's the demon, trying to get the key from the Demon Knight, and then Jada Pinkett Smith is her sassy self. And then ends up being the Demon Knight. Huh?
Prior to Will Smith's slap.
Yeah, prior. But she's still got short hair, which I thought was funny.
Yeah. So, like, a lot of people know, there's also, like, funny things that the Demon does. If you think, like, Nightmare on Elm Street, he does, like, these things where he tries to... the rule is they have to let him in the place. So he uses manipulation to get them to let them in. So, but also they have like demons that have like 2 green eyes, and they can only kill them by hitting them.
Yeah, which is crazy. Shoot both eyes.
But there's also like funny characters in there. There's an old man, they call him Uncle Willie, and crazy stuff happens to him. They have like this one dude's a complete dick, and he's like tying like batteries cables to his nipples and stuff like that. He's you just want him to die. And it's really cool with the blood theme, where like you use the blood to protect the place. He can drip a couple drops of blood, but
on like a threshold, and then it'll make a barrier.
Yep. The cool thing about the star is like it's like a GPS, so that tattoo on his arm is telling him where to go. So that's why he was like at that place.
Yeah.
But what would be your rating on this movie, sir?
Oh, it's a perfect 5 out of 5. I'd buy that for $1, man.
So happy you enjoyed it. I love that.
I'd buy that for $5.
I know people are going to rib at me of this, but it's my favorite Tales of the Crypt episode. Kind of.
It's like full disclosure, it's the only one I've ever seen, so it's my favorite too.
Well, Tales of the Crypt is like a half-hour show, so like they always do stuff quick. And this one, it feels like a slow burn where you can kind of enjoy it, like and build into the characters.
That's a really good movie. I've never heard of, ever heard of it.
Well, I'm happy you enjoyed it, because a lot of people don't know about it. What happened was I watched it on HBO where they were actually showing the show, and I was like, man, this is awesome. And just a warning, if you're gonna show this to your kids, there's a lot of boobs. A lot of boobs. A lot of boobs.
Yeah.
And then what's also the last thing I'll say, it's really funny. This was prior to all those postal bomb things. So, like, the mailman that was in there, that was prior to anything that was happening in actual, like, U.S. mail, which is, like, bonkers,
Yeah.
But the one thing I'll also say, too, the soundtrack for it is amazing.
Yeah, it's good.
They have so many good bands on that thing. I want a CD of it for sure. It's so good. But I'm glad you enjoyed it. I would give it. It's all in the reflexes. I would give it 10 all in the reflexes. Mine's like 1 to 10.
Yeah.
I would give it 10 all in the reflexes for that. Very, very good. So, since we did our movies, we have 3 other ones. Since it's Mortal Kombat's release,
all right,
I have 3 Mortal Kombat movies.
Cool.
One of them is a troll. Just to let you know, and I'm gonna shuffle them now.
All right.
And one's something you've probably never seen before, and one is something really cool.
Cool.
So go ahead. A, B, or C?
All right. I've been avoiding B for a while because I picked it several times in a row, so I'm going to go B this time.
So you picked an animation. This is called Mortal Kombat Legends. This is Scorpion's Revenge.
Awesome.
And I'm going to let you know, please don't show this around your kids. If you guys ever get this one's pretty dark with the brutality. Just letting you know.
Awesome.
A lot of crazy stuff. It's really good. I got it on 4K as well, so you'll definitely enjoy that in 4K. And I hope you enjoy it. It's I liked it a lot. This is the first one WB did for the series, the animation series. They've done 3 so far. The next one is going to be Johnny Cage in the 80s, which I can't wait to check out. The other 2 that you didn't get, and I'll show you. This one right here, it's called Mortal Kombat Legacy. The reason why you have a Mortal Kombat movie now is because of this. Someone basically took their money and made like little budget films of this. And if you see who Jax is in this, it was a live action series that they did on YouTube. You can watch these on YouTube, by the way. They have a whole series on there. And you know this one was coming. Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, uh-huh. I'm glad I avoided that one, because I've actually seen that one, so...
I would still like to get your review on that movie. So
it's been a long time. Long time.
All right, next we had 2 stealth drops, actually. So we need to talk about 2 of them, and I forgot to tell you about this. So Nintendo and Sony randomly dropped.
Oh yeah, this will be me learning about what Sony dropped, because I never even read about it.
Okay, so I'll start with Sony. Sony basically got ready for prep for Spider-Man 2. They also had, and I'm pretty excited about it, RE4 in VR that's coming out this winter. Also, DLC of the Ada stuff from RE4 is coming out for the remake. And they also had Mercenaries, which is supposed to be all free. I don't know if it's... I don't know if the Ada one's free, but I think what they're going to do, like they always do, they do the Gold Edition, where it has everything, and I'll probably pick that up too. But that was like the big deals. There wasn't much with Sony. I think their mindset was, I think they had it ready, and they waited for Nintendo, because I've noticed lately that when Nintendo Direct gets launched, they launch theirs as well. So they're literally holding on to a production to throw out at Nintendo, which is crazy. But I mean, there wasn't really much stuff that like I saw. It's just they did also. I don't know if it was an if or but the Way Forward is doing Contra again.
Really, so a new Contra?
Yeah, new Contra. It's basically, it looks like the old one. And Way Forward's doing it, so I'm all in on that. It looks like the Contra 4 game. It's the people that made Contra 4 too, like the people that actually worked on it. Yeah. So it should be pretty amazing. But Nintendo had a few drops. Luigi's Mansion 2 HD. They showed off a little bit of the wonder, like we were talking about. Also, another RPG Mario game, Thousand Year Door, is getting an HD remake.
Here, man. That game is amazing. I'm glad to see.
Yep, Tomb Raider for PS1 is going to get remade.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they're actually doing like the original PS1 one. And Prince of Persia, which is a Metroidvania.
Mm-hmm.
It looks really good. I'm pretty excited about it. What were you most excited about on the Direct?
The biggest surprise that I was like just smiling ear to ear from was F-099. What an awesome concept.
Dude, what you mean F-Zero fucking midday traffic?
Yeah.
99
Holy hell,
people.
Dude.
I can't even keep my energy by myself. Not less 99 fucking people on the game.
That makes me excited. Like, you know, there was Mario 99, there was Tetris 99, and now there's F-099. I am excited to see what other IPs they go to in the future. Holy crap, man! It's just up to their imagination. Honestly, they have so many IPs to choose from, and so many that could fit this 99 model. And not only that, once they have enough of them, I could see them doing a 99 collection physical. That would be dope.
That'd be cool. Here's something that I thought of. Okay, Zelda BS. What were people doing online? They were versing each other for high scores.
Yeah.
Why couldn't you do that again with everyone online, and then basically just do like weekly scores to see who scores the highest.
Dude, talk about like customer engagement. Like that'd be amazing. And they were trying to do that back in the early '90s, like with their technology back then. Now we actually have the technology for it.
I'm gonna be honest with you about F-Zero 99. I felt like Nintendo took me on a date and they teased me and then walked away from.
You wanted a new F-Zero game.
Here's what pissed me off, and I'll show you exactly what they did to me. I thought they were going in like this to come out with an HD version of F-Zero, like the original. That's what I thought was going to happen.
Well, technically it is HD.
What the hell? But then, like, I saw all those 99 cars, and I'm like, what is this? Like, so Tetris is amazing. Don't get me wrong. I love that one. It's great. Mario was okay. But F-Zero, it's like I feel like I'm gonna blow up in the first 5 seconds of that game every time.
Yeah, you don't have to be good. You have to be lucky to get number one in that game. I'm sure.
Correct.
So we'll see what happens.
I feel like I was getting teased. But the other thing I'm really irked about is there any Prime 4? Is this thing like a unicorn? I might see it. I might not see it. Like what is happening?
They're not going to talk about that thing until it's ready to launch. You know that.
But Retro Studios, the trailer came out in 2017. Bandai Namco only worked on the game for 6 months before they went back to Retro Studios.
Mm-hmm.
So think about Tears of the Kingdom. Tears of the Kingdom was 4 years, 4 years of that game, and this one is taking longer than that. Are you like at least you could say, you know what, it's not coming out for this one. It's going to come out in the next generation of games. I'd be cool with that. At least I know it's still alive. I don't even know if it's still alive or they canceled it or anything. Nintendo's been this is the most vague game Nintendo's ever done, or they haven't really announced. Like Zelda, how many times we see trailers for that? Or Mario?
Yeah, true. Yeah,
I've seen nothing. I haven't seen
directs dedicated to it. Well, but that's the thing though. I fully believe that Prime 4 at this point is going to be the next gen like launch, and that's probably why they're not showing it.
And then they came out with Amiibos. So there's a Ganondorf and a Zelda. They're already up on Best Buy. And then they came out with a 2-pack of Xenoblade 3. Now, I'm going to say something I'm getting really irritated with Nintendo. They'll make a ton of fucking Zelda ones, but every other Amiibo, it makes it hard to get. Yeah. And of course, because people love Xenoblade, all the resellers bought every single one of them up, and I'm trying to go for a complete Smash set, and guess what? I can't get it now because everyone bought them up. They bought it from Target. By the way, Target charges you every month, and they still bought those things from them. And it's, Nintendo, the scheme, make it one. They can only have one. I'm so sick of collectors doing the two thing. Oh, I gotta have one to have and one to display. You're taking away from somebody. And I'm not paying the reseller price, so if I don't get it, then I'll find it somewhere later. I'm not playing these games with them. I literally went on Best Buy and I clicked on all 3 of them, and I went to check out, and they only stayed with 2 because someone probably put in 100 and then cleaned them out.
So, what do you think about Princess Peach dress up time?
I know what they're up to. They're trying to get the girls in now.
Of course.
And the way
they'd be stupid not to. It's stupid that it's taken them this long to do it.
Well, I think they tried. They tried with the one on the DS.
Yeah,
but it didn't
Super
sell
Princess
well,
Peach.
And then Nintendo doesn't care what gender you are. As long as it sells, they don't care. That's what they care about. That's why we don't have that many Metroids, because if for some reason it doesn't sell like the Zeldas and the Marios and stuff like that. They're like Mr. Krabs. They just want money. And I think they're trying to...
I like money.
I think they're trying to bring the girls into it. There's a lot of girl gamers now. There's a lot of, Twitch players, speed runners, and things like that. And, like some dads, and moms only have daughters. So, if he can't, some will, get in the video games, that we like as kids, Mario, Zelda, and those type of things like that. But they don't really have something of their own. And I think if they do it smartly like they're doing, I thought it was cool. It reminded me of
That's great.
A Disney thing. You know what I mean? Where it has like the stages and the plays, and like the one that made me laugh the most was the Kung Fu Princess.
Yeah,
she was doing Kung Fu. I thought that was awesome, and I think it's great for them. I think it's great that they're being taking care of both genders. and I think it's really cool that they're finally giving like a little girl something to enjoy on a Nintendo Switch.
I am so hyped for Super Mario RPG Remake.
You got less than let's say a month.
Yeah. Well, November 17th. So that's 2 months now.
Oh, sorry, Wonder's coming out that time. Okay.
Yeah, Wonder's coming out in October, and Super Mario RPG in November.
I feel like what we should do for you, we should do an old school, go to the store, midnight release, and go get it. I don't care if it's like Walmart or whatever.
Yeah.
I think we should do it.
Yeah.
Just for fun.
Definitely. Man.
And what we can do is we can take a picture with our original RPG ones and then get the new RPG ones.
Mm-hmm. I'll have Super Mario RPG playing on my CRT while I play the new one on my LCD.
What Abar's trying to say is that he is going to disappear like Tears of the Kingdom again.
Ooh, no, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. I can't allow that to happen.
You were Smeagol from Lord of the Rings.
Dude, I disappeared. I found the door to Narnia and forgot how to get back.
He's literally scared me about that thing. So I think Nintendo's doing good, but I think they're wrapping it up. But the problem I have with it is with them wrapping it up. I really hope it's not like 1,000 Year Doors is going to be the end of it. I feel like they should have one more big hit before the switch over happens. And I don't even know, man. Like with the Switch 2, I know that resellers are going to be everywhere.
Well, here's a theory that I've got about 1,000 Year Door being remade, and I hope I'm right. That one came out on the GameCube, so that's a different generation of gamers altogether. They're bringing it forward to the Switch, so now all these people are going to play it. A new generation is going to play it. That game was so successful that it deserves a direct sequel. What if they're making a direct sequel to it?
They tried to do the Origami King on the Wii U, but a lot of people didn't like it.
But that's not a direct sequel to 1,000 Year Door. That's what I'm saying. Like, those are separate Paper Mario games with completely different storylines. I'm saying a continuation of 1,000 Year Door.
You know what I would do? This is honestly me. If I was Nintendo, I would get back with Squaresoft and say, "Listen, you guys are going through some shit right now, and you guys are having some money issues. And guess what? We can combine together and make a ton of money and make a new Super Mario RPG 2. And not only that,
the
rumor mill on the hardware for Switch 2, I guess, was they were showing off Final Fantasy VII Remake on it.
Mm.
So I'm assumingly that this one's going to be probably around PS4 grade or so. So imagine a PS4 grade Super Mario RPG 2.
Gosh damn. Pinch me. I wouldn't believe it until it's in front of me. But man, it needs to happen. It really does.
Or
we're so sick.
Even crazier, you have Geno and all that type of stuff. You can go to Geno's world or different types of worlds that happen in there and stuff.
Yeah, because Geno came to help, restore Star Road. Well, what if something's wrong in Geno's world now?
Correct. And I think there's a lot of cool things that they can do. I think that it would sell like crazy, and I don't think it would be a long, hard game to develop, especially if it's in the same, mantra of that gameplay. Because I as me not being an RPG fan, that game is one of my tops. I say Final Fantasy 3, Chrono Trigger, and Super Mario RPG are like my top 3 RPGs of all time. So
well, it came at a really good time because Super Nintendo and especially really the generation after that with the PlayStation, it was past the time whenever all these the United States was introduced to RPGs with Final Fantasy and Dragon Warrior first, Dragon Quest.
Yep.
But we didn't really have an appetite for JRPGs until much later than Japan. But it did catch on because of games that were so what's the word? Accommodating, like bridging the gap between people who don't normally play JRPGs, Japanese RPGs, and like casual players. So everyone plays Mario,
Yep.
right? Not everyone plays Japanese RPGs. So if you see like Super Mario RPG, you're like, yeah, okay, I'll give it a try. And it's so much fun. You're like, holy crap, are these what Japanese RPGs are like? And then, it just opens an entire new world for people.
I think Enix and Square at the time making those RPGs on there, I think it was so popular in Japan that Nintendo had to like, wow, this is something we need to get into. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's a big thing. Like now, like there's RPGs like every week. Like there's a new RPG all the time.
Oh, all the time, all the time. You can't keep up.
Yeah, it's nuts. And also, I feel and you're gonna laugh at me because I'm bringing it back to Metroid again. I was like, what if they made a Mario, like kind of like a Mario, like a Samus RPG, like a Metroid RPG, where you could upgrade your suit, you can get
Dude,
better
it'd be
weapons.
sick. It'd be
So sick.
It would work. It would work.
Totally work.
Yes, there are so many things that would work as RPGs. It's just like a Castlevania RPG. Konami.
You made Contra.
All right.
You're making Contra.
Anyway,
Just saying. But I think it is. It's the swan song for the Switch. I think it was a really cool one. Me and you have a big connection to it because we were there on the first day it came out, and we literally went to we had to go to work the next morning, and we still acted like we were we were playing Breath of the Wild way too late.
the sacrifices we make for video games, man. Like,
boy, that was a bad day.
That was rough.
That was a rough day.
I'm pretty sure I had 2 5-hour energies.
Breath of the Wild, I had to tell my wife, I was like, you need to take this away from me. So I was literally sitting in bed with a sheet like a kid. And I was like, playing it.
Yeah.
It was nuts. So,
oh my God.
Yeah, is there, like, the other thing I was excited for was Contra.
Yeah.
Way Forward is doing it. Thank God. I wish Way Forward and .emu would get together and make an epic one. But if you're a fan of Contra 4 on the DS, the same people are going back to make this. It looks like an upgrade to the original game. They're calling it Operation Gulag, I think it's called.
Yeah, it's something like that.
Really, really cool. But I mean, like I said, I'm happy to have a new Contra. I'm a big run and gun nut, so I'm hoping it'll be good. It's got that weird, like that 2.5D, like 3D kind of look to it.
Yeah, I'm looking it up right now, but yeah, it is Operation Gulag. Galuga, excuse me.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking of Call of Duty, Gulag.
Yeah.
But I don't know when it's coming out, but I'm hoping. I know what's going to happen. It's going to be limited run physical. I will say that now. Bet me on that because they've released everything from Konami.
Yeah.
But was there any other hidden games you saw that you were like kind of interested in?
I'm not quite interested in playing this one because I wasn't really a fan of the 2 previous. I think it's just 2 previous Mario and Donkey Kong. Mario versus Donkey Kong, or whatever it's called.
It's so good.
Yeah, so there's a new one coming out, and that was a surprise because it's just kind of a really, really niche offshoot puzzle platformer. So that one, yeah, I'm interested to try it, but I'm not really that excited about it. I was surprised to see it.
I like it just for the fact that like it reminds me of the Game Boy one where you thought you were playing Donkey Kong and then it went to something completely different.
Yeah.
And they were rumoring milling that there was a Donkey Kong game coming out, so people were like really excited, thinking like they were gonna bring back another Donkey Kong Country. But I guess this is the one they picked, and everyone kind of got like a little bit heated about it.
Like, oh, come on. Yeah.
Oh man. All right, enough on the state of play. This is Mortal Kombat week. And so the new MK1 came out. I've played it for yesterday I probably played about 6 hours. I did none of the storyline. I just wanted to see the mechanics of it and the gameplay of it. I will tell you this, and you'll see it tomorrow. It's when you look at it on your TV, it's the best looking game I've ever seen in my life.
Dang.
Visually,
that's cool.
It looks amazing. The combat is kind of 50-50. And I figured out, remember I was talking to you about the beta? I think what it is that you have to pick a certain cameo fighter for a certain character that you use. So, like, for example, Baraka has no up attacks, right?
Oh,
but if I
so
take Scorpion,
you need something to supplement that.
Correct. So it's like a chess game you're playing all the time.
Yeah.
The other thing I enjoy is just like Marvel vs. Capcom. You don't want to push block at all. All you want to do is ridiculous air juggles. It's like they took Killer Instinct and Marvel vs. Capcom 2 and put them together. That's the best way I can describe what the gameplay is like. You can block blocks now. So, like, say for example, a character comes in and he's whooping your butt. You can call your cameo fighter in to be a combo breaker, basically. Or you can stop their block by doing another block on top of it. It's really interesting gameplay. I'm so happy I bought it the day that I got it, because I have done nothing but even playing the training and stuff like that. It's been like super fun, and I can't wait for you tomorrow to check it out. You're gonna be super excited about it.
Yeah, I can't wait to play it. I can't.
So we thought, since it's Mortal Kombat week, we would do our 5 top characters and our 5 favorite fatalities. So we'll let Amara go first. You can start from bottom to top if you want to, or top to bottom.
Okay, bottom to top. All right, and I don't have these ready, so this is just going to be kind of off the cuff. But you mentioned one of my favorite fighters that you're actually playing with Mortal Kombat 1, so I'm excited to get my hands on him too. Baraka. Baraka's always been one of my favorites. I love the idea of having freaking swords for hands.
Yes.
As cheesy as that is, but man, he was so like awesome in your face in the 90s. In that, he's just this dude in a brutal game that has weapons for arms. What's not to love? And then got to go with Sub-Zero, of course. Sub-Zero was always my main in Mortal Kombat, the original Mortal Kombat 1. Awesome. And then Mortal Kombat 2, Shang Tsung. I just love his look. Like, the look of Shang Tsung. Awesome. I don't know what it is about it, like the suspenders or whatever.
I'll say this funny thing about that. You know what he reminds me of? He reminds me of the visual I've ever seen at every Chinese restaurant. It's always like the guy with the long mustache.
Yeah,
yeah. I hate to say that. No racism or anything involved. I just thought, like, when I see him, I'm like, I think of those pictures all the time, like that and the dragon. Like, there's the 2 things I see all the time.
Oh man. And then let's see. So that's 3.
You got your boy back there.
I'm saving him for last. Yeah, I'm saving that guy for last. He's the best. He's the best there ever been. I played a lot of Mortal Kombat 3, so I think I'm gonna have to say, Stryker. Stryker.
Oh, by the way, something funny for you. Stryker in the game, he's a cameo. He handcuffs people's hands behind their backs, so you can do combos off of them.
Oh, sick. Oh, his assist? Oh, yeah. Sick.
He'll run out and he'll handcuff you, and then you're like this, and you have to break your arms loose. And so
that's messed up.
Off you. He also has like a taser and a cop light that he flashes in your face so you can't see.
Yeah, the mall cop crossing guard Stryker.
Yes.
And then of course my favorite, my guy, my main, always is gonna be Kung Lao.
So good.
That hat is so fucking badass.
And by the way, he didn't want to take a picture with this guy. He was like, "Nah, I don't want to do it." And like, he had the original hat from the game with him.
Man, so fucking cool.
We went down the elevator with him too.
Yes, we did. I'm like, "Oh, what's up, dude?" Oh gosh. Yeah, we hit the elevator, and then like just it opens up and there's freaking Kung Lao like right in front of us. We're like, oh man.
Amar was sitting there, and you have to see this on YouTube. He was like this, and he was like looking over, and I was like, just say hi to him. And he's like, no, I'm good. I dabbed him up and everything when we came in.
I ended up fist bumping him at some point. So I fist bumped Kung Lao, and like we were hammering it up with freaking John Pacina, like
Yep.
Johnny Cage, and dude, what a crazy weekend that was, man.
That was wild.
That was
It was
awesome.
super nice. He even like said goodbye to me before he landed on the plane and stuff, which I thought was really cool.
That's cool. Yeah. The first time I met Pacina, Master Pacina, like he gave me a hug. I got a hug from Johnny Cage.
Yeah, like you did to me with the Nick Arcade guy, which I wasn't ready for. He just
yes,
oh, man, and he just crunched me.
Phil Moore
like,
is Phil Moore is one of my favorite people on this earth. That man is so nice.
He crushed my soul. I wasn't ready for that. I was like, I just saw you as a kid on Nickelodeon.
Yep. Oh, dude, he loves his fans, and he just loves he loves life. He's so infectious to be around.
Such an awesome dude.
Yes, he really is.
What are your top 5 fatalities if you ever seen?
Top 5 fatalities. So let's. I got to go with number 1, the Pit, the original Pit. That was so I didn't know about it whenever I was watching someone play in the arcade, and all of a sudden like someone's getting hit off the side. That I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, just blown away. And then yeah, classic Kano ripping out the heart, but Johnny Cage in Mortal Kombat 2, there's like this glitch where you can like punch someone's head off like 3-4 times.
Yeah, it's actual fatality. You can actually do that. Like it's actually in the thing.
So yeah, four heads coming off. That was a funny one. But my favorite of all time, and it's my guy Kung Lao. Nothing beats for me him taking his hat and slicing him right down the middle, and then like the person just splitting in half. Yeah, it's so brutal. Like, damn, that hat's sharp. Yeah, that's all I got.
So, I'll do my top 5 characters. So I'll start at the bottom. You're gonna laugh at me. I don't care. I love Tanya. Tanya from
Tanya.
So, like I said, it has a good sentimental value to me because I used to.
Okay.
Remember I told you about my friend's brother, where I would just basically just do the drill kicks and spin the splits.
Yeah. Uh
huh. So back to this story. I basically what I would do is I had my best friend's brother. His name's Matt Morrow. Shout outs to Big Matty, as I used to call him. I used to torment him as a kid, and we would play fighting games. And what I did the entire time was I would drill kick, and then I would spin back, and it was like broken, like the whole thing was broken. And he used to get hot. Like hot mad about that, and like told his mom on me at one time.
That's funny.
He broke his brother's PlayStation because he was mad. So Tanya has a lot of sentimental value. She's such a troll, and I just love it. I'm happy they brought her back in the new one. I want to play as her. I just don't know if I'm gonna like hers, but I'm pretty excited about it.
Yeah.
Number 4, I would have to say. I know a lot of people don't like him. I liked him when he came on the movie. That was Kano, where they came with the Australian accent and all the cheesy stuff. I love him in the new movie that they came out with him, where he's a total a-hole.
Yeah,
and I just love his mentality. Like he's just sleazy and evil, and he just doesn't care about sides and things like that. He had the spin, he had the knives and all that stuff. So I thought that was pretty cool. So he's definitely my number 4. Number 3, I'm gonna go to MK32. I was a big fan of Smoke, Robot Smoke, not
Robot Smoke. Oh, I didn't like any of those robots in 3, to be honest.
So I like Cyrax too, but the thing about Smoke that I loved is that he's the first guy I could do aerial combos with, because he would have that float in the air, and then you have a float and you can hit him with the like the devil's horn or the spork, whatever. And then basically do like that. But also he had one of the coolest fatalities. He would blow up the world. Like that was
I did that one so often. Like it's so stupid. Like he just kind of sprays some bombs like on the ground, and then all of a sudden it like goes to outer space, and like the Earth blows up. So
throwing an MK1 context, they gave that to Cyrax, but they do like you ever seen the episode 2 of like Giant Jango Fett and his Slave 1? Well, it basically doesn't make a sound, and it goes bing, like a big bass thing goes off, and they did that for the fatality in the new one. It's awesome.
Cool.
But I like Smoke a lot. I think that he was my go-to in Mortal Kombat 3, and thought he was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give some love to the OG for this is number 2. This would be Goro. Goro just blew my mind because one, I hated him when I played him on the original Mortal Kombat. It drove me crazy. But he had like 4 arms. I just thought it was cool. Like he grabbed people and he like beat their chests and stuff like that.
I liked Kintaro more.
He looked like a tiger though. Like
yeah,
like
no, and that's why I liked him. He was like a more colorful Goro.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong. I think his looks better. But every time I see Goro, like even when like we were opening the cards, I'm like, oh man, God, he's just so awesome. I've been wanting this GI Joe of him, and I don't want to spend the money that basically would cost me to get him. I just want him to carry around or like hang him from my car.
Okay, so who's the worst character then? Because I've got one in mind.
The worst one that I hate.
Yeah.
Johnny Cage, of course. What are we talking about here? Gotta keep this rib going.
No, so Johnny Cage is actually a good fighter. I mean, like one that's just like, you know, Striker-esque. I mean, Nighthawk is a pretty good one.
God, that's a really good question because it's hard for me not to like people. I'll say this. You know what? A lot of people will get mad at me. I don't like Melina. I am not a Melina fan. Because, okay, here's the thing. Baraka's already in the game already for that clan, right?
Yeah.
Then they have her being that as well. And the thing I didn't like about her, too, is that she's super effing cheap. Because you can just do that roll and that drop kick and the size. And I think honestly, gameplay-wise, she's the worst character. That's honestly what I think.
See, I hadn't thought about like the mini bosses, and that made me think of Mataro, who I think is the worst.
He's the greatest. What are you talking about?
He's so stupid. It's so dumb.
It's so
like he's got like 3 frames of animation.
So I was like, they took a Doom character for the top, a horse for the bottom, and then they gave him a Jack's metal fucking tail. I was like, hell yeah. I love the sound he makes when he kicks people. He's like,
so dumb.
So good. What do you go top of? You can't put another forearm in there, so you gotta do something to put on there.
Well, no, there was already someone with 6 arms, right? That's Sheena.
Shiva has 4 too.
Shiva.
She was on Mortal Kombat 3.
Who am I thinking with 6 arms? Whatever.
But my number one, of course, and everyone's number one. I love Scorpion. Everything about Scorpion. That he's a skull. He's just basically metal. That's why I always joke like Sub-Zero's the guy you would take home to mom, and Scorpion would be the one that you make bad decisions with and regrets, and spend time.
Well, and Scorpion's outfits are always so fucking badass.
So awesome.
Yeah.
And the one he has here is awesome too. And then he has a cameo fighter that has this MK2 look, and it looks so
nice.
clean.
Yeah. Okay. MK2's ninjas are my favorite ninjas.
Yeah, they look awesome.
Yeah.
I also like the movie. The movie Scorpion looks awesome with the dead eyes and that type of stuff. But what I like about him too, he has the most epic story in Mortal Kombat lore. That Sub-Zero killed his family. He goes in another realm, and then he says it's not like a Spawn where he comes back to life to get revenge on Sub-Zero. Don't get me wrong, everyone loves Sub-Zero, and that's why I kind of went to Scorpion, because everyone, what do? They just freeze all the time. Freeze. And I hated it. But I did like that Scorpion could teleport away and then hit spears.
Get over here!
I could never hit it in Mortal Kombat 2 because that game's so cheap. That's why I kind of got off of Scorpion. And then they did sacrilege when they didn't put him in Mortal Kombat 3. I was so hot.
Yeah, what the hell? What were they thinking?
Then they made male model Sub-Zero, which just...
Yeah, that was weird.
He has a little thing over his eye. I'm like, oh, it's so awful.
That's the worst Sub-Zero.
Yeah, I would agree. He had cool ice clones, and that part's cool where he can like rain down like showers of ice.
I'll say worst looking.
Yeah,
Sub-Zero.
For sure. But those are my...
The worst playing Sub-Zero is Mythology's Sub-Zero.
Hell no. I love Mythology.
What? Get out
I love
of here.
it. I do. The fucking... Okay, for one, think about... games at the time, did they have a lot of videos? Nope. They made full screen videos on the PlayStation, and then you got it's like RPGs. You can level up stuff. Yeah, the gameplay is kind of crazy, but if you like, I'd say for example, there's a good video for you to watch on GDQ. There's a guy that shows you how to actually play it.
Oh, sick! Oh, I need to watch that. I need to actually see someone that's good at that game.
And he like shows you how the mechanics work.
I'm gonna watch that
amazing.
tonight.
It's super funny. He does a lot of cheesy stuff too. Like there's a lot of giggling about it because he'll do some funny stuff. But there's some pretty epic people that play that game.
Wow.
Everyone should go buy it. I don't care what you say. PS1, get it. Don't get it for N64. You're gonna get the sweet cutscenes.
That's what I'm talking about right there. That's the version that I was talking about. Is N64.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's bad. It's real bad.
PS1 is great.
Okay.
The guy who plays Kano plays Quan Chi in it, and he does all the the voice talking and stuff. We were making jokes because when I brought that one to MGC, the mythologies, he was like, "I can't believe you have this game." He's like, "It's so bad." And I was like, "I want you to sign this," and he was like, "You want me to sign this terrible game?" And I was like, "You did great in it. You did good acting." And then the dude who played Liu Kang was like giggling, like he thought it was the funniest thing ever. He's like, "Yeah," he's like, "That game's game. Yeah, you had great acting skills." He's like, "You should have won an Academy Award for that game." And so then he wrote in the thing like, "Do not fail me." It's one of the lines from mythologies that he says.
Nice.
And it's if you like cheesy like movie type stuff, the Sub-Zero is absolutely terrible. It's like they bought a Halloween costume and put him in it. It's so bad, but so good. And Special Forces. If you got a chance to play Special Forces, get that one too.
Okay.
So now we're going to do our retrospectives. This is where me and Abar will pick a game to play, and we'll give them like a mission to do. And from there, we'll talk about it on the following week. What we did, this jerk over here did. He gave me this game called Mr. Domino. Can't beat him. By the way,
no one can stop Mr. Domino.
If you can go in the comments and teach me how to play this, Zach made me feel like I was the worst person in the world. Zach's like, "Oh, I know how to play that. This is what you got to do." And I was like, "There's nothing in the book that says that I have to do that. Like, where did you figure this out?" And he's like, "I just played it over and over again." I was like, "No, I'm not doing that. That game's hot trash. How do you have a game that doesn't explain the gameplay mechanics of it?" I thought it was Domino Rally. I would literally just like put dominoes down to try to stack them across to get points. That's it. I don't know. I told you I was so mad. It's like it's the worst game. It's the worst game I've ever played in my life. It is bar none the worst game. If there was smelling poop or playing Mr. Domino, I would be smelling poop all day. That is for sure.
Yep.
And Abara's was Resident Evil 0. So how was your train adventure?
I forgot how much I hated that game at the time. Like I remembered enjoying it, but I guess I'm looking at it with rose-colored glasses. Because I didn't beat the train section. I just didn't have time to. But I probably made it about halfway, and I don't like that game. You're right about the story not making any sense. You really have to like suspend reality, especially with Resident Evil. Like you already have to, obviously, with zombies, whatever. But it makes no sense in the context of like any of the storyline.
I think what they should have done is they should have had another training center, right? Mm-hmm. And then when the helicopter crashed, they caught him. And then you had to get through this training facility again, like kind of like a mini game, kind of like Resident Evil 3.
Yeah.
And then you can work. But the thing is, like, they didn't even use any of the Bravo team. No Bravo team members were in there.
I know, yeah, and they totally could have, because it was during that time.
Yep. And like they could have figured out like about Wesker or something like that. Like, oh, we know who the informant is, and then started Resident Evil. It's just like I said, it's dumb. It's really dumb.
And it's weird that they're calling it Resident Evil 0 as if it's like, a backstory to Resident Evil 1. It doesn't do anything to enhance Resident Evil 1 at all.
Well, it was supposed to be because the Alpha team was the ones from Resident Evil. They were supposed to find out what happened to Bravo team.
Sure.
And that was the whole concept of it. But they didn't like when they. I think like I told you, like they had too many. They had too many games coming out. They had 4. They had the 1 remake, and then I think they're doing the 1 remake with the 0 remake, and 0 got kind of the short. I was like, they should remake that. There's 2 remakes I would love them to do to fix is Resident Evil 0, make it a single player game, and then fix the story, and then have Code Veronica.
Yeah,
I think it needs that touch.
Yeah, I would like to replay Code Veronica too.
I bought it for. You can buy it on PS5.
You can.
Yeah, you can buy the PS2 version.
What version is it?
It's PS2. It's the Code Veronica X. You can download it from PlayStation Store. I'm gonna tell you now. You better turn up the brightness on your thing. You thought the Dreamcast was dark. Oh my god.
Oh boy.
Yeah, the Dreamcast one was dark, super dark. But
so what you got for me this week?
It's Mortal Kombat week, buddy.
And that's right.
I know that you would just love to play this.
Oh fuck yes! Yes! Oh,
you were talking about it earlier.
Love that game.
I was like, I can't. I was like, I can't let him know that I actually picked that because I was looking for Mortal Kombat games. I was thought about putting Mythologies down, but I was like, I've been trolling him a little too much. I thought I'd give you some enjoyment for Mortal Kombat week.
Oh, dude,
and you'll be playing Shaolin Monks. You will have to beat the. You have to beat first three stages. First 3 stages. Of the game.
Dude, I 100% of that game back in the day. I mean, did all the extra stuff, got to Ermac and everything. Dude, it's so good.
If you never played it, it's like one of the best. I think it's one of the best games. It's like a great casual game. It's so much fun.
It's so much fun, and you know who I'm going to play as, of course.
Of course, Kung Lao. Of course,
Kung Lao. All right. I didn't pick you a Mortal Kombat game, but I did pick you a fighting game, and I think you're going to have fun with this one.
Okay.
One Punch Man.
Oh, I've heard about this. I can't wait to try it. I love Bandai Namco too.
Yeah, it's really fun, and it's actually funny too, because have you seen the anime at all?
Yeah, I have. Yeah. It's
all right.
Great.
Yeah. So the gimmick behind One Punch Man, just like his name, is that he defeats his enemies with one punch. And it's like a funny thing because no one knows how he got so freakishly strong. He just up and decided one day that he was going to be a superhero, and then like years later, now he's too strong. He trained too hard. He's too tough, and he's just like unfulfilled because he can't find a challenge. Like there's all these monsters attacking cities, and he goes to like help out, and he's like, "Oh, I killed him again with one punch." It's funny.
Yeah,
and he's such a likable character.
Yeah, I saw it on Adult Swim and loved it. I thought I hated to see it because Attack on Titan got most of the love for it. And then, like One Punch Man was kind of like right underneath it, but like. Yeah, I'm excited to play it. I like the JoJo game. I love like the random, but the thing is, they just did the DBZ fighter, and the Namco killed it. It's like watching a cartoon. So I was assuming it's gonna have the same kind of.
It does. It's amazing. And hey, guess what happens when you play as One Punch Man?
You beat someone with one punch.
Yep, everybody dies with one punch. It's really funny.
I can't wait. I love it.
Yeah, so you'll enjoy it.
Sweet. So what's my goals for it?
Oh, no. Just enjoy yourself.
All right, cool.
I'm not going to make you like beat the storyline or anything unless you want to.
Yeah, I'm always looking for like a new fighter or new something like that's out there that I've never seen before, and I didn't even know that existed. I know the anime existed. I never knew that there's a fighting game for it.
Mm-hmm.
So I might have to go I might have to order me one just for my collection because
it's a lot of fun.
All right, last but not least, I know we've been on here for a long time, but we thought we'd give you guys as much bonus content as possible. But we also have corrections that we have from our last couple weeks show, for episode 2. Do you have any corrections concerning that one?
Not this time. Nope, not this time.
Me, I don't think I have any, and if I did, I apologize for my evil twin that was back in time causing all these problems, so I apologize. I don't know who he is. He's an evil person. But like I said, guys, sorry we weren't here. We're going back to our weekly thing. We had a lot going on. I had car issues and vacation issues and all kinds of crazy
life
stuff.
just gets in the way sometimes.
And we want to enjoy it. We've been trying to do this like most of the week, but like I said before, we were just kind of like just had middle-age emotions going on.
Yeah, very much so.
Pretty wild. Thank you guys. Is there anything you want to plug, Abara?
I do. So it's nothing to do with my book, but something to do with my book because if you want to see, if you're watching this and you're going to be in Portland on the weekend of October 12th, I think 12th, 13th, 14th, maybe the 15th, whatever. I'm going to be at the Portland Retro Gaming Expo in October. I'm going to be running the Premium Edition booth with a friend of ours, Zach. And I'm going to be selling my books there. So if you want to meet me or buy one of my books or get something signed or whatever, come see me at the Premium Edition Games booth.
I was trying to make it, but like I'm the only person that works in my position right now, so I couldn't make it. But definitely support his books out there. Also support Premium Edition Games. It helps him out, especially with his books and sales going out to Portland. If you've never been to Portland, it's pretty insane. Everything you ever want is under one roof. So definitely support them while you're going out there. I'll probably be doing, while they're gone, I'll probably do some videos and content as well. So while we're gone, we'll have that. I will also try to see if Abara can get a few videos that I can post on Instagram and things to show you guys where he's at. But please support him and his book. Like I said before, his Collector Sealed Guys is on Facebook, and you can look at it. Also, Premium Edition Games. You can also buy his books on there, and also there are amazing games that he works on.
Thank you.
Me, you'll catch me on GI Gamer 1981. I know that I haven't put in a lot of content lately. Like I said, we had some middle-aged emotions going on. But I am back. I am probably going to do a really funny South Dakota pickups video of stuff I got from South Dakota. I'm also probably going to be doing a unboxing of the MK1 Collector's Edition that I got. And then also upcoming is probably some gameplay footage of me playing and kind of learning the mechanics of it. So if you're interested in that, you feel free to look me up on there on Instagram. Thank you guys for staying with us and committing to us. Please like and subscribe our YouTube videos, our Apple stuff. Every little piece helps. When you're talking to your wife, just say, hey, I know these two funny gamer guys that are my age that are pretty cool. You should check them out. Definitely get the word out there. Take care of everybody. And remember to collect and open and play your game. COP. Make sure you play with your stuff. Don't act like they're stocks. Have a good weekend, and we'll see you next week. Later,
guys.